I did something super cringy on a dating app. Oh, so cringy. I'm going to confess in just a second. But first, hi, I'm Jessica. I'm the divorce coach for moms. I not only walk individual women through the transitions of divorce and thriving beyond that experience, I also help train people who are becoming certified divorce coaches. I give them an assessment, a big, thorough assessment to walk their clients through readiness for dating, intimacy, relationships, connection, and
divorce costs you everything because you lose your spouse. You lose the husband or the wife that you vowed to be there till death do you part, in sickness and in health. You lose your family because your children will never have the same home with mom and dad. You have to share your kids. It's hard. Don't give up.
Gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here joining me and Ampu, as today we're gonna cover some women, guys, that talk about divorce. Here we have the first one, or the second one. We're gonna see the total opposite, which, you know, we'll get to it when we get to it. But now let's get started, guys, and as always, leave your comments down below if you have any.
Divorce costs you everything because you lose your spouse. You lose the husband or the wife that you vowed to be there till death do you part, in sickness and in health. You lose your family because your children will never have the same home with mom and dad. You have to share your kids. It's hard. Don't give up. It's hard, it's difficult. It feels like you're breaking when you're one spouse and you're fighting. But you know what? God can soften your spouse's heart. Don't give up on your husband. Don't give up on your wife. The grass is not greener. If you choose somebody else, you're going to have the issues that they bring from their past relationships. And then you have all of this, of what you're going through. And if you ran from one marriage to another partner, mistress, mister, you are not healed. You are not healed. Healthy people do not leave their spouse for another person.
So this woman, I don't know if she's speaking from the voice of experience and she's done all that things, but you know, from the looks of it, I don't think she has. I just think she's a marriage coach. And you know, if all marriage coaches were like this, bravo, you know, giving actually some good advice, which is don't leave the first problem you face, right? You've given your vows, now stick to them. Stick to your marriage. You're not gonna find a greener patch of grass. It's not gonna be better. You're gonna be worse off after the divorce. Your spouse is gonna be worse off after the divorce. The children, you know, are gonna be worse off after the divorce. Guys, if all dating coaches were like this, I would actually support them, you know? So this woman, really good advice, and this is the advice you hear from married women, right? Is don't leave. Don't leave, because they stick to their marriages. They have gone through the same difficulties that other divorced women have said were irreconcilable and impossible to walk through. Yeah, they have walked through them, and successfully so. So this is the advice that you hear from women who make it, from women who are married. Let's listen to the rest of it.
While they're married, they don't. So
Yes.
don't.
You apparently just walked over a dog or something. Let's watch that again.
While they're married, they don't. So
Damn, guys, the jokes I tell are so funny, aren't they? Like the jokes I tell myself are so funny. Let's continue.
don't give up. God brought us through it. We're no one special. We are broken sinners. But God is good, and He's a redeemer. Don't give up. Your miracle may happen tomorrow, and if you give up today, you'll never see what God's grace and mercy can do in your marriage. God bless.
So here ends the TikTok. And now, regardless of whether you're a believer or not, maybe you don't believe that God has anything to do with your marriage, but regardless, I think we can all agree that this advice is really good. I mean, if all women are like this, divorce rates wouldn't be so high, men will be still willing to get married, the dating apps wouldn't be so flooded with both men and women, looking for something. This advice, gentlemen, I have to say, is the best one I've ever heard from a woman on this channel. It's just so good. You know, you face a problem, that's why you're in a marriage, to face it together, to walk through it. You're not in a marriage to simply try your luck like it's some sort of roulette. You know, I'm gonna try with this one. If things don't work out, just get a divorce, on to the next one. Bravo, really good advice. Ampu just stayed smiling, hasn't burst out in anger yet. Bravo. Now guys, let's face the total opposite.
I did something.
Yeah, this example right here, this woman right here, and as you can already tell, of course she's not married, right? She's a divorce coach who is not married, never has been, or probably has divorced his man to take all his crap away from him. So just, let's do a comparison between what the woman who is married tells and what the woman who is not married tells. And you tell me, which one would you prefer to give you advice about marriage?
Super cringy on a dating app. Oh, so cringy. I'm going to confess in just a second. But first, hi, I'm Jessica. I'm the divorce coach for moms. I not only walk individual women through the transitions of divorce and thriving beyond that experience, I also help train people who are becoming certified divorce coaches.
Yeah, so first thing, the first objective is to get as much people as possible divorced. The much, the better. The more kids that are left without one of the parents, the happier and safer this woman feels and sleeps at night. And the second step, we have to multiply. We are a parasite. We have to multiply as fast as possible. I'm going to teach all the dating coaches on how to make other people divorce. Bravo, hats off to this woman for having the worst job out there. Like this woman, effortlessly trying to make other people as miserable as her. And this is, guys, why, and ladies, why you don't take advice from women who are single, from women who are divorced, because they haven't made it. It's like asking a 200-pound person on how to do cardio and lose weight. What are you doing there, mate? Don't ask the person who has crashed his car 7 times about driving advice. The experience in those cases doesn't make you better. So this woman, she can have the body count as high as she wishes. She can have 7 divorces behind her back. That doesn't make her better. It makes her worse. So let's continue with her stupid rambling.
I give them an assessment, a big, thorough assessment to walk their clients through readiness for dating, intimacy, relationships, connection, and I do all of that, and to practice it, to stand in my own integrity for my own single self. I go to therapy every week. I do all of the journaling.
It's not working, the therapy. It's not working.
I've made the list of all the qualities in a partner I would like that I believe would align with my highest, healthiest good.
Yeah, what do you bet? I bet $5,000 on the table right now that this woman won't find the man she's looking for. Just stay feeling, guys. Just stay feeling.
Say the affirmations and the mantras. I stand on my balcony and say them to the moon and put my water.
She stands on the balcony talking to the moon, but she's going to therapy. Again, it's not working, madam.
Under the moon, and then drink it with full hopefulness. I show up on the dating apps with positivity, trying not to take things personally, being open to who people are and what they bring.
How's that working for you, the dating apps? 40 and single, how's that working for you?
I keep showing up even when it seems desolate and desperate. I'm excited. I invest in each of those situations and observe. I practice not only my own healthy boundaries, but also re-examine what my standards are and my expectations of others and continually refine them to move through this experience to move through this experience. And yet, given all of that professional and personal experience, I got on these dating apps.
Yeah, so before she continues with her cringy story, which all stories she says are cringy, she herself mentions she has a lot of experience, tons of experience. I've dated so many guys, I got divorced a couple of times probably, just so much experience. Now let me ask you this question. You see a field filled with landmines, and two guys appear. One tells you, I've walked through this field of landmines and I haven't hit one. Do you want to take my advice? And then another guy pops in and says, hey, look at me. I've walked through this field of landmines and I've stepped on all 67 of them. Do you want me to give you advice? I've stepped on all of them, man. I can tell you. You know, I've just walked all over them multiple times. I have no legs or arms. I just know everything. I've walked all of them. You know, which one would you take advice from? The one who has successfully managed to go through, or the one who has experience? Because you see, he has walked on every landmine there is. Yeah, no thank you. I don't want your advice. You're a lady. Why in the seven hells would you go to this woman for advice that has experience, but when you could go for the woman who is still married and has better experience? She has the good experience of actually walking through the problems, not just experience because, you see, I felt so many times that you have to listen to me. And again, guys, both women, they work, they think, and they believe in the things that they choose. You know, they represent their choices. One woman has decided to stick in her marriage, to walk. Damn it, I can't talk, man. And I've only had 4 coffees. You know, she represents what she has walked through. She has fixed her problems. She has stayed with her husband. She has been true to her vows. And she has made it. And this is why she's giving this advice. And this is why she's still married. This other woman right here that is making Ampu cringe like hell, she hasn't succeeded in everything. Every relationship that she started has failed. She's still single and at 40 and miserable and still trying her luck on the dating apps, which will not be successful because that is what she thinks. And that is why she's a dating coach. Everything in her life represents her miserable failures because of her stupid philosophy.
And allowed myself to get excited. You guys, I got excited about a man, a Tinder man. I got excited about a Tinder man. I allowed myself the excitement to imagine that we might actually, after lots of banter and great back and forth, meet up. And that he might not ghost or not show up, no-show. I allowed myself to get excited. I know. We know where it led, right? Just complete and utter disappointment.
And that's what you get for having the philosophy that you have. This woman is not a victim. She's not being desperately trying to find a traditional man for whom she can be a traditional woman, you know, that has values and morals, and she just hasn't had luck. No, guys. She wears her entitlement on her sleeve. She wears all her failures like a badge of honor. This is what you get when you follow this hedonistic, narcissistic philosophy. Notice the comparison. One woman is in a marriage, advising all the women to stay in their marriages because there's no problem you can't walk through in your marriage. The other one is at 40 on dating apps, failure after failure after failure. She goes on yet another date with another guy and he ghosts her, right? Again, but supposedly by complete coincidence. Why are all men bad? Well, the other woman made it, so not all men are bad. It just appears that the men that you choose are bad. Could that be the reason why you are 40 and still single? I don't know, guys.
None of us is immune. None of us.
I mean, the first lady seems to be immune. I don't know, you should ask her. Maybe she's made something extraordinary that no other woman could pull off. Or maybe she's just a pleasant woman who has always sticked to her vows, to her traditional values, and of course a man with self-respect who she picked and allowed into her life, you know, has made a family with her.
Okay, so this is gonna be a kind of a rant, essentially.
Okay, this one is in a car and starting with the words, this is gonna be a rant, so I'm guessing that this one didn't make it in the dating game.
Yesterday, meeting up with Eggs and trying to transfer accounts and blah 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 turned out to be pretty much a waste of time. One thing after another kept going wrong, and it just emotionally and mentally drained me. And then today, I have been cutting people off left and right because words are not matching actions.
Or she continues, just the wording. Yesterday I dated X. She's not even going to give him a name. You know, she's not saying I was dating this guy whom I've knew for 4 years and now we started dating 3 months, etc. No, just dated X. One of the many. Another number, another name on the pile of failed relationships. Just another name, guys. One of the many, you know. And a woman with self-respect, a woman who knows what she wants, will never date many guys. Because if you know what you want, you can find it, right? Women who are married in successful marriages, you can bet your arse they haven't been dating around, meeting thousands of men, and oh yeah, the men 4,632 that I dated magically happened to be the one. I just got lucky. No, women who know what they want, they have 1 or 2 relationships, 3, maybe 4, you know, that maybe they have something bad experience, but then because they know what they want and because they are good women, they find a man that is also good. They have a good pair bonding ability, these women. They have a good partner selection, you know, ability, skill, and they just use it. And they succeed. And that's it. It's not about luck. It's not about karma or whatever. No, when you know what you want and you follow a strategy, you get what you want. As a woman, it's easier than it is for men. So when a woman tells me that she's been on multiple dates, first red flag. That means that she is not good enough to make a guy stay, or that she is bad at selecting men. Let's continue.
You can sit here and tell me that you're gonna be a ride or die friend. You're gonna be here through thick and thin. You could sit here and tell me that you want to build a relationship with me. You want to put in the effort, start from square one, even if we do have past shenanigans, right? You could sit here and tell me that you want a mother-daughter relationship like what we used to have. You can sit here and tell me that you want to be my partner, my boyfriend, my husband, my girlfriend, whatever, right? You can sit here and say all of these things that you know I want to hear.
So I'm guessing she's bi. She mentions boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever comes. I'm dating everyone and everything, you know, just whatever. Please just show some attention. Now, look, there are a lot of different opinions. My opinion is don't date bi people. The rules change often, too often, more often than they should. You know, I've seen people dating, you know, women who say they are bi, pansexual, all the spectre there. And what I've seen from those relationships is one day I'm bi, one day I'm pansexual, the other day I am, you know, polyamorous. The other day I like the idea, fancy the idea of an open relationship. This is what I've seen. Traditional woman, you will notice, not often bi, right? Not often from my observations. But leave me your comments down below, gentlemen. Let's continue.
But if your actions do not match your words, I'm not sticking around. And I'm not even sorry. I'm not. Because if I have learned anything from the extendo shitty relationship I had with my ex-husband, it's that I don't need or want to stay in a place, situation, or relationship that all signs are pointing I don't belong in.
Yeah, so here's the strategy. First, we have a divorce behind our backs. Then we're gonna go into the dating game. we're gonna meet multiple people. We don't even name them anymore, just person X, person YZ200. Just meet all of them. And we're gonna spread our legs for a lot of them, for chads, you know. We're gonna just throw a roulette, you know, just let's see what happens. And after we do all those things, after we lose pair bonding ability, after we give a part of ourselves to everyone, we're gonna see who sticks. And if no one sticks, rinse and repeat. Let's do that endlessly until we magically stumble upon that Prince Charming, until he magically pops onto our lives. Again, just zero direction, zero strategy, absolutely no rules. She just goes with everyone, man, woman, just bring them all here. I'm gonna date them all and see if one sticks. And you wonder why you're not making it. And again, guys, another unpopular opinion, women who are this young, not that she's extremely young, but she's still young, women at this age, they don't belong in dating apps. Dating apps were supposedly in the beginning meant for people who, you know, they were maybe 40, divorced, widowed, and they just didn't have the options. Right? This is why you connect with other people online, or you live in an extremely small village or whatever. You know, it was meant for these people that are already like outcasts. You know, I just need to find more options because I don't have any. A woman in her 20s, what are you doing on dating apps? Are you really meaning to tell me you have no options? Especially women, you know, who are beneath 20 and they're on dating apps. Biggest red flag of them all. They're just there to farm a big body count, nothing more. Women under 20 have the most options ever throughout human existence. There's no reason why they should be on a dating app, supposedly because they have no options.
I don't want to, I don't need to, and quite frankly, the space that you leave behind when you are out of my life is the space just big enough for the person that's actually meant to be there. And I'm not sorry.
Didn't care and didn't ask about your pardon. But now, guys, we'll close off with this thought. And the thought is, look, it appears that some women make it, right? I mean, isn't that fascinating? Some women in this supposedly extremely hard, you know, dating era where women just have no options and all men are bad and evil and want to use them. It appears that some women are making it, damn it. How is it possible? Well, ask them, find out. But if you spend your whole life blaming others, if you spend your whole life having zero direction, just expecting to get things because you see you deserve them, you're not gonna get far. But I'll leave you off with that, gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Leave me your thoughts and comments down below, and I'll be happy to see you next time. Have a good one.